As we headed through Texas, it got worse and worse. There was an immediate odor that filled our cab about 100 miles from the job. We tried putting down the windows to air it out, but we realized the smell was coming from outside. "What the hell is that?" Jason asked. We had no clue and imagined it would subside after a few minutes of driving. Instead, it only got worse. The smell was foul, like sewage or septic spewed all over the highway. It was so bad we had to filter it out by lifting our collars over our noses to breathe. It was sewage and filth, and every fluid from every household, dump, and building in a 100-mile radius combined into a frothy floodwater that evaporates into a beady Texas sun. I'd been to 3 other hurricanes, and I still don't recall that smell ever being as pungent as was on our way down. Neighborhoods were decimated, trees crashed through roofs and attics, windows were shattered, and cars with no license plates were abandoned on the side of the road. People were walking around their former homes and looking at their neighborhood with defeat and disgust. The floodwater was still prevalent in certain areas, and some roads were completely blocked off. FEMA and Red Cross had camps stationed in parking lots of supermarkets that were run with generators and only carried a limited supply of groceries. It was evident that regardless of whoever and however long they decided to clean up the storm, some of these areas would never be the same. Some people would write on large spray-painted letters, "No looting," on the outside of their homes and stores. We even saw some people periodically circling their building wielding shotguns. In just a few days, a fully operational town, similar to any middle-class suburb in the United States, had become desecrated into a land of complete chaos. Oddly enough, even after witnessing the aftermath, I became more intrigued than overcome with fear. The sheer wrath of the storm of that magnitude was extremely difficult for me to comprehend. I'd seen, well, I thought I'd seen, plenty of bad storms in Illinois growing up. I'd heard stories of people dying in tornadoes here and there, but I never believed it was possible for a force of nature to be so grave. It made a mockery of even the most modern infrastructure. I almost couldn't bring myself to believe nature could be that vicious. Whether you believe in God or not, this is a force far greater than yourself. I thought, if you gave me 3 days, all the manpower, all the chains, bats, and clubs within a 50-mile radius, we still wouldn't be able to recreate the destruction that weathered over the city in just a rough 12 hours. At first, we were driving and pointing out the abnormalities, but after a few minutes of continuing forward, we were all met with silence, consumed with the irate aftermath the storm had left us.